Hi everyone. Nice to see you all. It's Friday, October 23rd, and it is almost time for midterms. Midterms are next week, so hope you're going to be ready for them. It's all just going to be a writing test. I think I did mention this on Tuesday, but I finished planning it. But no hints until next Tuesday. Tuesday is our review class, and I'll give you some hints and some tips and information in that YouTube lesson then. But yeah, I'll just say that it's all a written test. It's like our homeworks, but longer, like 4 pages of our homework. And I'm setting it so you'll only be able to do it from 4 p.m. or 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. There'll be a setting so it can be done late, but then you would lose some points from your score. So if you want to get the best score, do your midterm between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. next Friday. Good? Okay, so yeah, more information on Tuesday. But for now, I'm just going to do a little review of what we did on Tuesday. Oh, excuse me. Oh. And if you remember when we were doing the comparative, terms like better, worse, taller, shorter, more interesting, more exciting. We were doing stuff about animals, like cats and dogs. So sentences like, cats are cleaner, easier to look after, and more independent than dogs. Dogs, on the other hand, are friendlier, more helpful, and more playful than cats. Yeah. That's all pretty straightforward, right? Now, so we're talking about comparative and versus superlative. We were studying superlative in our last class. We changed cleaner to cleanest, the cleanest. More helpful becomes the most helpful. So, and when you're using superlative, like comparative is between two of something, dogs and cats, beer and soju, Japan and China, two of something similar, hamburgers and pizza, baseball and basketball, speaking Korean and speaking English, Korean food, Western food, all kinds of things. Summer or winter. So anyway, maybe I thought we could do some like similar things. So let's start with pets. Actually, I'm going to move this over a little, just to make sure there's lots of room. So 5 different pets, instead of just cats and dogs. Cats and dogs are the most popular pets, most common, right? But maybe we can talk about some more. I don't know if anybody has these. So along with dogs and cats, we got fish, birds, and hamsters. And try to think of a superlative to apply to each one. So I think with dogs, you can say dogs are gotta really hope I have enough space on here. You you can definitely say dogs are the most helpful pet. Yeah. Cats are the cleanest. Dogs are the most helpful. Cats are the cleanest. Fish are... Oh. I'm not going to write the full sentence here for space. I think fish are the easiest to look after. Although you should clean the tank. I had fish once, and cleaning the tank was such a pain. I hated it. But it's pretty easy having fish. They're also kind of boring, but some people like them. Some people say they're relaxing. Actually, though, I would say with birds, a lot of this is your own opinion, so you could have different answers. That birds are the most relaxing pet. Yeah, I think there's something nice about birds. I don't have a bird, but I think having a bird would be a very relaxing pet to have. If you have a lot of stress, maybe a bird, just nice, cute little bird making little bird sounds, might be relaxing. I don't know. Hamsters. Actually, I don't know this for sure. Are hamsters the cheapest? Because like if you buy a dog or a cat, they can be expensive. Fish, you need a lot of things. You need to have a big fish tank and stuff. That can be expensive. Birds, I think some birds can be expensive, and having a lot of things for birds. But I think hamsters, to buy a hamster can be pretty cheap. And you don't need much for them. I think their food is pretty cheap. So hamsters are the cheapest. Okay. So yeah, now with something like pets are countable, and when you're referring to them this way, they should always be plural, like dogs, cats. Well, fish is an exception because fish is the same, singular or plural. 1 fish, 2 fish, 3 fish. Birds and hamsters, so they should all be plural, and because of that, you should use the verb to be as are. Okay? Like they are. Dogs are, cats are, fish are, birds are. Hamsters are. It's the same, like if you're talking about fruit. Apples are the healthiest. Mangoes are the most expensive. Actually, I'm not sure if they're the most expensive. Watermelons are kind of expensive, but yeah. Anyway, now we also did like beer and soju. I won't bother writing them down right now, but beer is, what did we say? Oh, beer is the most refreshing, beer is the most various, and beer is the best with chicken. Soju is, what was special about soju? Soju is cheaper. Soju, gosh, I can't remember now. Soju is cheaper, stronger, and better with Korean food. So again, 5 drinks here. Beer, soj, wine, makgeolli, and whiskey. Yeah, I wrote them in English. Soju and makgeolli. You know, wine, red wine or white wine. Whiskey, spelled the correct way without an E. So they're Americans. No, whiskey you sometimes will see spelled with an E between the K and the Y. It's an American or British English thing. British English is whiskey without. American has the E. I like it without, but it doesn't really matter. And whiskey is Yangju, if you don't know. So, again, beer is the most refreshing. I think beer is the most refreshing drink. Alcohol drink. I mean, ice cold water or Pocari Sweat or something is also very refreshing. But for alcohol, maybe beer is the most refreshing. Soju is the strongest. Wine is the best with pasta. You know, we said beer is better with chicken. Soju is better with Korean food. Well, wine is the best to have. Is the best one to have with pasta, fish, white wine and fish. That's really good. Or red wine with steak. Ooh, oh, stop it! That's so good. No, makgeolli is the most. Makgeolli, gosh, sorry. Makgeolli is the most traditional, at least in Korea. I mean, makgeolli is not traditional in some other countries, but in Korea, makgeolli is the most traditional drink. I like makgeolli sometimes. Do you like having makgeolli? I know it rained on Wednesday. It rained, so a lot of people enjoy having makgeolli on rainy days. But yeah, I think makgeolli is the most traditional for Korea. And what did I put for whiskey? I dropped my notes. Oh, this is just my opinion. And whiskey is the most delicious. That's just for me. I really like whiskey. Whiskey is also what we would say. I think we could also say it's the most malleable. There's a word you'd never heard before. Malleable. You can have whiskey on its own, straight. Whiskey, you can have it on the rocks, with ice. You can have it with mix it with cola. I like to mix it with sparkling water or club soda. I like that the most. And whiskey's quite good with a lot of different kinds of food. Like you can have it with steak, and that's nice. You can, yeah, I like whiskey with snacks, like just with some chips or popcorn or nachos is nice. I just love whiskey. I think whiskey's just good in all kinds of situations. It's malleable. The most malleable. Again, just my opinion, and you might think something different, but it's okay. So I did one more. Let's just do one more, and maybe we can call it a day. This is not one we covered with comparatives. So this is not one we're gonna compare with what we previously studied. This is about places in Korea. Okay, so I've got Seoul and Busan, Jeju, Yosu, and Gangwon-do. Seoul, Busan, Jeju, Yosu, Gangwon-do. So there's a couple for Seoul. I mean, an easy one is that Seoul is the biggest. Seoul is the biggest city. Seoul's the biggest. But we also might say that Seoul is the most exciting part of Korea. It's never boring in Seoul. There's a lot of different areas and a lot of interesting areas. So yeah, maybe Seoul is the most exciting part of Korea. Busan has the best beaches. Busan has the best beaches. Maybe Busan is the best place to go in summer, although it can be crowded. Yeah. Jeju is the most beautiful. Jeju is the most beautiful part of Korea? I think so. Maybe you think it's somewhere else, but yeah, I think Jeju's pretty nice. I really like Jeju. What did I say for Yosu? Oh. Maybe Yosu is the most interesting. Again, just kind of my opinion. I think some people might say Jeonju is the most interesting, and I like Jeonju too. Would some people say Gyeongju is the most interesting? Or do you think Gyeongju's boring? Gyeongju's not boring. Gyeongju's very nice. It's a very beautiful place too. I don't think Gyeongju's boring. I didn't go on a school trip. I just visited Gyeongju and I really liked it. I thought it was really nice. So, whatever. But yeah, I think Yosu may be the most interesting. And Gangwon-do is the most natural. Gangwon-do is the most natural part of Korea. So the part of Korea where you can have the most opportunity to enjoy nature, especially with the mountains, maybe the sea. And, Gangwon-do doesn't have any really big cities. So other parts of Korea have some big cities and stuff. So it's hard to see nature in a big city. But yeah, people might say Jeju is the most natural, and some parts of Jeju are very natural, and maybe an area like Jiri-san, Jiri Mountain would be very natural. So it's your opinion. These are just opinion. It's not. There's no right answer. The important thing is that you can write the sentence, you can make the sentence correctly. Okay? I don't care if your answer is different than mine. Okay? Doesn't matter to me. What's important is you try to make the sentence right. Okay? So, and in this case, like I said before, with dogs and cats, fish, birds, and hamsters, you use, it's like you're writing they are. So dogs are. So they're plural. Dogs, cats, fish, birds, hamsters. They're all plural. Dogs, cats. Now in the case of both with drinks and with these parts of Korea, it's singular. Seoul is. Busan has. Jeju is. Yosu is. Gangwon-do is. Yeah. So things like drinks and cities would be singular, and pets and fruits would be plural. Most of the time it would be something singular. Most of the time. If you're talking about different people, like who you think is the most famous Korean. Is Song Hyun-min the most famous Korean? Song Hyun-min is the most famous Korean? Or Moon Jae-in is the most famous Korean? But if you think BTS is the answer, you would say BTS are. Because it's they are. BTS are the most famous Koreans. So if it's people, if it's just one person you're talking about, you use singular. But if it's a group, it would be plural. But yeah. So maybe that's it for today. Maybe no homework. No homework today because you got your midterms and stuff. So you get to studying and don't worry about homework. But this will be covered in your midterm. So just make sure you study this. You watch it a second time, take notes, whatever you want. But yeah. So I'll see you on Tuesday for some midterm review. So that'll be all for now. All right. So have a great weekend and good luck with all of your midterms. All right. Okay. Take care. Bye.